Alright. Hello viewers out there, you're welcome once again to Sports Orbit. My name is Afa Cho. Salif Usman is also in studio with me. Salif, welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Ashu.
Alright, on today's edition of the program, our main focus shall be the 2026 World Cup qualifier between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Bafana Bafana of South Africa. That match will come up tomorrow in Uyo. Actually, the match is slated for 8 p.m. Nigerian time. But of course, on this edition of the program, like I said, our main focus will be to preview, that all-important encounter and see the chances of the Super Eagles going ahead of that game. Of course, good news is that I think it's a full house currently from what we are hearing as of this morning in Uyo. Of course, no thanks to the strike called by the NLC, which actually delayed the flight of some of these players. But of course, full house in Uyo as it stands currently. Then even the South Africans, as of yesterday, they had some hitches also moving from Port Harcourt, but I don't know if that has been resolved for now. But focusing
South
on
Africa, they are currently in Europe.
okay, all right. So focusing on that encounter tomorrow, and all a must win for Nigeria going into that game, and this will be Coach Finidi's first competitive encounter as Super Eagles manager, and all Nigerians will be hoping that 3 points will be in the bag at the end of 90 minutes tomorrow at the God's Will Aquarium International Stadium. So, Salifu, looking at that match ahead tomorrow against South Africa.
Yeah, as we normally say, this is a D-Day, both for the Nigerian fans and more importantly for Finidi George and his coaching crew and then the entire playing staff. Obviously, it's going to be a very difficult one. It's going to be very tough for both Nigerian side and the South African side. And if you look at the preparations and the talk from both sides, they clearly show that this is the match to watch out for. And if you look at all the features for the World Cup qualifier for this week, probably today, some matches are already
some matches went down yesterday.
So matches are already going on.
Yeah.
Thursday today, and then tomorrow Friday it's like this match headline all the matches that we have lined up for this weekend. But and the rivalry between Nigeria and South Africa is always there, even though on head-to-head, South Africa can never be meet up with Nigeria. But anytime Nigeria and South Africa always come against each other, it's always a very tough game for Nigeria and South Africa. South Africa has always seen Nigeria as a very difficult opponent, and they always feel that they have what it takes to beat Nigeria. But often time they always come short. But and this time they wanted to break that. Hopefully, if you recall, they are the only team so far that have come to Goswell Pabio Stadium to beat Nigeria. That was in 2014 after Nigeria won the Africa Cup of Nations 2010 in the qualifier for the next edition of the AFCON. South Africa actually came to the Goswell Pabio Stadium and beat the Super Eagles to 2-1. Samuel Aluko was the one that cancelled the squad and Nigeria only goal. And that's their only competitive victory against Nigeria so far. Nigeria and South Africa have met 12 times. Nigeria won 6 times, having 5 draw, and South Africa only have 1 single victory against Nigeria. And tonight, tomorrow is not going to be very different. It's going to be a very different ball game. In terms of playing person, they have also changed. South Africans, if you look at their performance at the last Africa Cup of Nations, and particularly the semi-final against Nigeria, it was a very difficult one for both Nigeria and South Africa. But at the end, Nigeria prevailed in penalty shootout, and they feel very hot. They feel that they deserve to win that match, that they have what it takes to win that match. But unfortunately, it wasn't good their way, and they are actually coming for a revenge, hoping that they are going to get to stop Nigeria from winning the World Cup. And I keep on saying that if you look at South Africa, they have never played at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Get me correct. They have never played, apart from when they hosted the World Cup in South Africa. What it means that they have never played their way to the World Cup. They are always gifted a chance to play at the World Cup in 2010 when they hosted. But ever since then, they have never qualified for the World Cup. So they want to make it this one time, and they see Nigeria as the only stopping World Cup. If you look at the group that has Nigeria, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and South Africa have
A
been
relatively
have been
easy group on
relatively
paper.
on easy group on paper. And if Nigeria only have anybody to worry for, worry about, it's South Africa. But it appears like this group is becoming tougher for Nigeria,
Exactly.
having dropped their first two game 1-1, and now Nigeria is just 2 points behind with South Africa has 3 points. We have to thank Zimbabwe to try. If not the loss of Zimbabwe, South Africa by now would have given us a wide gap.
Exactly.
But so it's not to be a title what I see now, but I still something is still my story is still telling me that Nigeria may prevail.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, oh, and for me, I mean, like you rightly said, this is an important encounter, and the South Africans, we're hoping that we must come out for revenge in this one, since the Nigerians even prevented us from playing in an AFCON final after a long time. So we must ensure that we stop them from going to the World Cup. But like the players have been sounding confident, the coach has been sounding confident, and look, the players are saying, look, this is a must-win match, whichever way, because once the Super Eagles get all 3 points in this match, we can now begin to say we fancy our chances against Benin Republic, and of course the games against Lesotho and Zimbabwe. Sorry, Lesotho and Zimbabwe, yes, will be played at home, so we can
we'll be playing Lesotho away.
Away, actually, but we can fancy that if the Eagles leave their game, we should be able to get all maximum points against Lesotho and Zimbabwe, and hopefully by the time we play in the return leg with South Africa, maybe depend on what the points gap will be between them, then you can now be talking about maybe going for an all-out draw or something. But this match against South Africa is very, very important and crucial.
Yeah, it's very, very important in the very two fronts. First, we need to win this match and have our own destiny in our hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't want to believe, I don't like the situation where we always see the competition. It's the if. So for us to avoid that if, we need to win this game. When we win this game and take over the leadership of the group, then we now have the game on in our own destiny in our own hand. But and then the problem to proceed for our own next. I just like to say, if we win this game and the problem go to Cote d'Ivoire, and beat Benin Republic, that will ultimately give us 8 points. 8 points. Without 8 points, we now hope that if we have 8 points, probably will be South Africa. South Africa will still remain 3 points, and probably if they win their next match, they will have 6 points and then try to close the gap against. But what is more important is for us to win this game and have our own destiny in our hands to decide our fate, either to go or not to go, but not rely on somebody to do us a favor. So we must win this match, and at the same time, we need to win this match. Winning this match will ease pressure from Finidi job. This is first competitive match, his first major assignment, and for him to have to be in a stable shoot to progress well, he needs to win this first game. Because anything short of victory will add more pressure. There's already a pressure. Either he like it or not, there's already a pressure. Everybody's already looking what can Finidi do, what can Finidi do. So he needs to prove. And by proving is to get all the necessary 3 points. And if before they get the 3 points, that will add more pressure. Even from the NFL, from everywhere, there will be pressure everywhere. So we need, and we must ensure. But if you're looking at the preparation so far toward this match, side by side, if you put places side by side with Nigeria and South Africa, I think that South Africa are more prepared for this game than the Super Eagles. Why I say so? After we met at the last World Cup, at the last Nations Cup in South Africa still remains stable. There's no any disorganization within the team, but we have our own team disorganized. The coaching person have changed, everything have changed. Now we're also going to this match without our main strikers. Therefore, Victor Osimhen. So, like I said on Monday, you are going to miss Victor Osimhen in this game, and South Africa are going to feel more comfortable. Oh, thank God, Victor Osimhen is not going to play, because if with even a half leg Victor Osimhen on the pitch, it's always mounting pressure and keeping pressure on the defender. The defender always have to have their eyes on the defender, and that will give him an opportunity for other players to operate. But Nigerians, we are not less of strikers, and I hope that the strikers who will take place of Victor Osimhen will be able to do exactly what we expected Victor Osimhen to do in this match.
All right, let's move on from that now to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup draws, which held last night, and the Falconets have been drawn against the likes of Germany, Korea Republic, and Venezuela in that competition. The final competition, which will welcome 24 teams for the first time, will be staged in 4 venues in 3 cities in Colombia from the 31st of August to the 22nd of September 2024. Of course, looking at the Super Falcons, Falconets rather, drawn against Germany, Korea Republic, and Venezuela. Well, you could say they could fancy their chances. Maybe apart from Germany, when it comes to under 20 level, you should expect that Germany and Super Falcons should be able to go through from this group, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we pray so that Super Falcons will be able to find their way out of this group. Christopher, most of the time, Christopher is coaching group. Even before the draw, I see that fear no anybody. So now he's making peace against Venezuela. Not Korea are not even are not just a pushover when he come to the women game.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm talking about under 20. If it was this if senior level under sport, this is under 20 level.
Yeah.
Some of these big name countries, you see that when it comes to age grade levels, their female teams are usually not as strong as the senior team. That's why I was hoping that, I feel the Falconers should be able to make it out of this group.
Well, going by the pedigree, if you look at that group, Germany has won the competition three times. Nigeria has also played in the final when we lost to Germany. When we lost to play in the final when we lost to Germany, and now at the last edition we're in the semi-final when we couldn't make it to the final. So we also have to pedigree when it comes to the women or the issue World Cup, and I believe that with the striker, with the team we have. We see this current squad, particularly even the other 17s are also doing well, and the other 20, the way they qualify for this competition shows that clearly they've been busy, and I hope that they will be able to transmit that performance, what the excellent performance they have in the qualifier to the final proper, and be able to get us progress. They were in the semi-final this time, last 2 years ago, and hope that the best they can go try to get to the final this time around.
All right, let's move on from that to the Federation Cup, where, of course, the quarterfinal matches held yesterday, and now we have our semi-finalists. For now, it's going to be Kebbi United versus El Kanemi Warriors of Borno, while Abia Warriors will take on Kano Pillars. Like we had discussed previously about the Federation's Cup, we might likely see a winner who is not a team in the MPFL.
Yeah, like we said, we are guaranteed that definitely an NNL player is going to play in the final, because between Kebbi United and Kebbi United and Ekiti.
Yeah, Kebbi United versus El Kanemi.
And El Kanemi United, El Kanemi Warriors. These are NNL teams.
Yeah.
So for sure, we are going to have NNL team in the final.
But the only MPFL team there is Kano Pillars.
Abia Warriors.
Abia Warriors. Yes.
Kano Pillars.
Yes, and Kano Pillars.
It's like a Premier League club versus Premier League club and NNL versus NNL club. So definitely we're going to have Premier League club in the final and NNL club in the final. And the NNL chairman, George Allo, has kept on saying that he's full of confidence that NNL will be going to win the Federation Cup this time around. So we hope between Kebbi United to me, Kebbi United is a surprise team in this competition. Seeing Kebbi United that is relatively known in Nigerian football, we hardly heard that name until just recently, and for them to come all the way to the semi-final of the Federation Cup shows a lot of investment and a lot of progress that they have made under the new administration under the new current dispensation. It appears that the current government may be doing something well, but then people are beginning to feel the impact of their progress in the football. And we wish they'll be able to also transmit that progressions to the and get the promotion to the Premier League in the near future.
Yeah. All right, we'll quickly go for a break. Yeah, when we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere. Okay. It's still Sports Orbit. Let's take a look at the MPFL. Of course, interesting games will go on this weekend, match day 35, if I'm not mistaken, of the NPL fixtures. Yes, let's take a look at that. Of course, here we have Bayelsa United hosting Sporting Lagos, Enugu Rangers Of course, Oriental Derby, that's a top of the table clash actually, versus Enyimba Rivers United up against Shooting Stars. Bendel Insurance will travel to the southeast to take on Avia Warriors, while Kasuna United will welcome Gombe United. Other matches will see Akwa United travel to Akure to take on Sunshine Stars, while Heartland welcome Doma United. Lobby Stars will be up against Ramu Stars for Kano Pillars. They will be welcoming Niger Tornadoes as Plateau United take on Kwara United in a North Central Derby. But Salfo completely top of the table clash. Enugu Rangers versus Eimba.
Yeah,
Hopefully, anybody who wins this game should likely, we have one hand on the title.
well, you are correct if you say so. Whoever emerge the winner is like final before the final match. Is a title between is a clash between the two sides. Both of them are topping the log with equal numbers of points, and but the Rangers have an edge based on the goal difference. So the winner of the Oriental Derby will definitely be possibly like our first year. We have either a left hand or a right hand on the trophy, hoping for the water for the next team. But after this one, there's still another 9 points to fight for.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a top of the league. It's going to be an interesting match for the two sides. Fidelis Elishuku and the man who take over from Philippe the George will definitely have to square off against them and prove who is better among them. But I see that Enugu Rangers may have their way in this competition. And another interesting match that is going to go down this weekend is the clash between Lobby Star and Remo Star. Lobby, in as much as Lobby Star may appear to have dropped in their quest for a title, Remo still have his chance. And Remo, knowing that both Rangers and Enyimba are going to clash for a table of the table clash, praying for them probably to share the point. Remo, who is playing away, wanted to pick a surprise or shock Lobby Star at the Lafian Stadium and get all the necessary points and then to fight force his way to the top of the table if Rangers and Enyimba share the point at the Ajikwe Stadium in Enugu. So these two matches are for me are where the fans and whoever is going to be the better to put their money and look at for this weekend.
As for Gombe United seems like they are already relegated.
Yeah, Gombe United appears to be already relegated, but they are going to travel to Katsina United. The Gombe United coach has also resigned. Valani Q have dropped down. I don't know why he dropped down because to me this is not the right time for him to have resigned. But only God know why he now decided to resign. If he got sometimes either he's trying to prove that I'm not going to be the one to lead the team to the end of the relegation. He should have stay put. But if you have put all this while, let us say we have some issues or maybe you felt some things are not right. All this while you remain there and just with a few matches to go, you know that the fate of the club going down is already sealed and they decided to resign. Or probably the Gombe United have hold on all this while they didn't sack him and allowed him to see all this while after they feel that the spoil has been done. We now ask him to go. Well, but it would be better they allowed him to stay and probably watch what will end at the end of the season. But
all right, I'll move away from that to the 2025 AFCON. Of course, still, this story broke yesterday, but some other report I saw saying that CAF have not confirmed if this is true, but it talks about the 2025 African Cup of Nations, which as of yesterday, we're hearing that might be postponed to 2026 because of the Club World Cup. Of course, he was by Veron Musenge Omba, the CAF General Secretary, who disclosed this to BBC. I don't know if he was speaking on his own or for CAF, but I was seeing some other reports today that CAF has come up to say, look, we haven't come up with an official statement to postpone the African Cup of Nations. But if that will be the situation, for me, it will be so sad because I think we should get past the period where we treat African football just like a secondary school games. This is a continental showpiece.
As a less
game.
It's even more important than the World Club Cup.
Of course, you can't tell the Euros to shift because you are playing the World Club Cup. But when it comes to
what Club World Cup is not it can't be rated as a great competition. Even some of the club have participated in this competition don't even take it serious.
Exactly.
So you can't just asking a continental championship. And hosting on the continent to be shifted because of the Club World Cup.
And don't forget that 2026 will be a World Cup year.
Yes.
So you want the African players to play two big competitions, which is not usually the practice. Playing in the CAF, then playing in the World Cup. So, but let's.
I think I think Patrick Musepe and his executive continue to fight it, and just like say, not allowed to always treat Africa with disdain, hoping that we are the lesser side of human being. So we need to treat it. We can't postpone a continental championship that has been shared, that has a date, principally because of the Club World Cup. Club World Cup is not as created as Africa Cup of Nations. So, and if Morocco decided to host a Club World Cup, they can still hold it. They can still host it. Probably shift the date. It's not the same set of players that are playing the Club World Cup that are also playing, that are going to play the World Cup. How many Africa have only one club participating in the Club World Cup? So why should
it even be the business of
Africa? Why should not postpone Africa Cup of Nations because of World Cup? We only have one team representing Africa at the World Cup, at the Club World Cup.
It's not the business of CAF to do any postponement. You can go ahead with your World Cup,
except Morocco should come and tell us we are not ready with the facilities. That's the only thing. And when I heard that Morocco is going to host this tournament, I feel glad. I said probably we are going to have African Cup of Nations returning to this original schedule. Unlike when we always play 2021 in 2022, we play 2023 in 2024.
Well, let's move away from that now to some other stories. This is talking about Vinicius Junior, where his Brazilian counterpart and teammate Neymar has backed him to win the Ballon d'Or for 2024. Of course, Vinicius was named Player of the Season in Europe. Of course, Player of the Champions League. Of course, because of his absolute and awesome performance, and and it won't be out of place. Actually, a lot of analyst pundits are begin to tilt the Ballon d'Or towards Vinicius' way, and it won't be out of place if he actually wins that award.
Yeah, it won't be out of place. He was so fantastic throughout the season. Very impressive from Madrid's side, and a lot of people are just like you say. But I felt it might not go on his way. I'm not want to use the setting where I want to use it, but it might not go his way. If you look at sometimes the racism issues we play.
I don't think that. So who do you think will win the Ballon d'Or?
But if you look at the players who are playing this season, play side by side, you tend to agree with him winning the Champions League, winning the La Liga title. Even his teammate, Luka Modric, has picked this guy, Toni Kroos, to become the Ballon d'Or winner for the year that he deserves to win based on his performance.
Toni Kroos is nowhere near there.
It's nowhere near, but based on the rate of every individual performance of so far, Vinicius has been very fantastic this year. But I'm afraid it is not going to win.
No, I think Vinicius is poised to win it, because if you're going to, like you said, if you're going to look at performances, I mean individual performances, you can't compare what Toni Kroos has done to what Vinicius has done. I mean Vinicius has been very, very instrumental to Madrid winning the La Liga and even the Champions League.
Yeah, if you look at around the Europe and even across the world, based on individual performance of the players this year and putting on their work rate all together, you agree that Vinicius deserves to win the competition. Not like I said earlier, but sometimes a certain factor may play against you, but I play that so factor will not count, and they gave him.
All right, let's see how that pans out. Of course, now to some boxing news before we leave the studio. It's been confirmed that Anthony Joshua will likely fight the winner of Fury versus Usyk. That's talking about the rematch, but that's if he emerges victorious against Daniel Dubois in September. According to Andy Hearn, at the end, the promoter, he noted that the first priority is for Joshua to regain the heavyweight title. So most likely Joshua will be coming against either Usyk or
but he has to win against
definitely, sure.
First. But sometimes I don't. There's some things I don't understand how the boxing body organize these heavyweight champions and the professional fighters. Usyk beat Joshua back to back, win him and the rematch win.
Yeah.
So on what criteria now? If you Usyk now beat Fury in the rematch, or now qualify?
Okay, so how this thing works? If you remember, after the defeat to Usyk, Joshua has fought I think three or four other fights which you won. So a lot of times when you defeated like that, you have to work your way back again, back to be a contender for the heavyweight division. So for Joshua, winning those previous fights, because they are like people on the line who are there to take a shot at the reigning champion. So for now, the only person preventing him is Du Bois, who is next in ranking. So if Du Bois wins, Du Bois will take on either Usyk or Tyson Fury. But if Joshua wins, like this clearly, Joshua now become the next challenger. So that's how it was. The moment you fall down the rankings, you have to fight, work your way back up. So if he had lost some of those fights, he would have been nowhere. For someone like Wilder now, it will take him a long while to challenge once again for the title because he has fallen way, way, way down the pecking order. But for Joshua, he's been able to work his way back up. So if he defeats Du Bois, he'll have a shot at regaining one of his belts back against either Usyk or Tyson Fury.
Well, good for that clarity, and I hope you'll be able to get the fight on October on his right, and then hopefully get the title back. But that means that Fury is poised, must be desperate to win this match. But if he fails to win this match, just like you say, that also draw him down. And he need to fight, and age is no longer on his side. So he has to be very careful on how this fight go in the rematch against Usyk.
And don't forget that before this, Fury was even reluctant
in taking the match
to go for.
But it's like the pressure. It's like the pressure from him, and there's why will it just go down like easily?
Yes, exactly.
What?
But well, of course, a lot of bookmakers are already saying this rematch it might even be worse than what happened in, because if you remember even the first match, the referee, was his saving grace because he would have been a knockout.
Yes. Been a knockout, but he didn't agree with the referee. But he also said that the referee was not the official was not fair to him. That
he believes he won,
but he feel he won the match. But Hasbro is not the judge, but the judge decided to think otherwise. But there's a circumstance for both him and Fury. Usyk has nothing to prove. He has already got the fight, and he still have what to fight. But Fury, who feel that he won the match, but unfortunately the judgment did not go on his side, will be able to get his title back. And but the only thing I can say that if whichever way you go, and my ultimate right is to see Joshua get the fight done against his next challenger in October, and everyone have a shot against either Usyk or Fury. I can't wait for Joshua and Usyk to regain. Probably he used again, but the way Usyk dismissing his two fight, I hope that he had another opportunity to test his might against the Usyk game.
Exactly. Sometimes when someone defeats you twice, the third time you should find a way off. But for Wilder and Fury, he defeated Wilder I think 3 times. He was. So let's see how it goes. Of course, that's our package of today's edition of the program. Don't forget, like we said earlier, Super Eagles will be in action once again, renewing rivalry against the Bafana of South Africa. Match comes up 8 p.m. Nigerian time. I hope we'll get to find a way of watching that match since it's in Nigeria, because sometimes matches are played in Nigeria and no broadcaster, brings these matches to us.
I think definitely the match will be on the Super Sport. But I'm not the agent of the sport. I believe that the match will be on the television for Nigeria to see.
All right. With that, we draw the curtain on today's edition of Sports Orbit. Hopefully, we'll be back Monday with another exciting edition of the program. Thank you for being in studio on today's edition.
Thank you.
Until we come your way again, do have a wonderful time out there. My name is Afacho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio.